My name's Steph, I'm an online video strategist, and I've been here in Leeds this morning as part of the Leeds Digital Festival talking about content and how important it is, if you're making online video, to really think about your audience and what they're going to enjoy watching. So it's been a real pleasure. Had a great time with a really interesting crowd of people from lots of different professional backgrounds. And there are a lot of really talented brands and marketers here in this part of England. That's one of the reasons that Econsultancy, I believe, got me to come up here as one of their trainers and talk this morning, is because they are expanding their operations to Leeds to offer training courses like my online video strategies course that I run for them. My Twitter handle, for those who are interested, is @StephanAquarone, which I'll spell because it's a silly name, STEFFANAQUARONE, and that's for all sorts of stuff to do with online video that I tweet about from time to time. Just so we're clear, we're focusing on content today and why it's important. We're going to drive the death knell into the coffin of corporate video in the course of introducing the idea of good content. We're going to look at a range of examples, good, bad, and, if we have time, ugly. We are going to try to demystify a few phrases that I think have crept into the vocabulary quite unhelpfully, but in some ways, if you get your heads around them, you can really demystify a lot of the junk that's being pushed out there by people. The key thing in all of this stuff is we're not going to be able to look at each of your campaigns or each of your strategies in detail and say, what sort of content's going to work best. But I do hope what I can give you is some tools to help you understand your audiences, some examples as reference points, but particularly tools to help you understand the people you're trying to talk to, work out what they're going to enjoy, and then get it to them. Which is why I'm going to give away some tools, and these are kind of two, a strategy setting tool and a brief setting tool, that are the basis for the work that I do, which I hope you'll be able to use if you feel appropriate in Doctor and be appropriate in your own work as well. Anyway, so online video is important because it's growing and it's big. YouTube announced in June this year, every single minute of the day, they receive 48 hours of new content in uploads. 48 hours a minute of new content. 6 billion views a day on YouTube, so nearly 1 view per person on the planet. And if you're under 25, you are more likely to enter a search query on YouTube than you are on Google. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. I think, nevertheless, this is still a technique, a methodology, an opportunity that's massively underutilised by most brands. Most brands aren't making their videos searchable and findable on search engines. Most brands aren't even deploying it properly on their website so that it works on mobile devices. By 2014, it is estimated by people even beyond me that more video will be consumed on mobile than fixed line internet connections. And I'm really, really pleased to hear this. I was kind of winging it and saying this a few months ago, and then suddenly someone at Nielsen produced a statistically valid report that said this was likely to be the case as well. Taking advantage of this stuff involves a strategic approach. And this is the first piece of sinful clip art that you'll notice. All sorts of things can be achieved out of a decent online video strategy. And by strategy, all I mean is setting a clear objective for what you want to achieve and making sure that the stuff you're doing lives up to that and is directed towards that objective. The whole idea of strategy is a complex thing. I think is rubbish. It's just an idea of setting a clear goal, working everything that you're doing towards that goal. And I think what we've got now in online video is a growing body of case studies that show what can be achieved, and that really impressive things can be achieved. So the examples that I've chosen to show you, many, apart from the most recent, have got commercial outcomes that I can report to you as well. Once a customer actually reaches and starts consuming your video, the video itself is the thing that's going to dictate their experience, whether good or bad. It's going to be the thing which does or doesn't convince them to take a related action, like buying a product or going elsewhere for some more information. It's going to be the thing which lets them decide whether or not they're going to share your content and help you to reach new audiences as well. So the content is kind of, it seems a lot of the time, it's the last thing people think about. And once the video is up there on the website, they then disregard it and tick it off and think that's done. Whereas in fact, for the customer, it's the only thing that they're experiencing when it comes to your online video. Content is absolutely the most important integral part of their experience of your brand in video. The content itself will probably dictate whether or not someone even consumes what you've put together. If you've not got their attention in the first 10 seconds, then they're probably not even going to watch all this stuff that you put all this effort and energy and money into.